Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my concern that the public of Barbados needs to be updated as to what's going on relative to the 10B project, this George River issue. You know, I was doing some exercises. I was coming up Clearisle, and a lady stopped me and asked me, Victor, what's happening? I got a WhatsApp saying that we ain't to trespass no more on the site, So I want to bring some clarity relative to the current state of negotiations on this particular issue. Let me say up front that there's no sign stating that you cannot trespass where we normally trespass, and that's relative to the Joes River Gully and also the Teacup and Saucer. The sign there does not say you cannot trespass. I'll get to that as we go a little further down in my discussions with you. Now, up front, I want to say to you that Christopher and I, Victor, we would have gone to the lawyer's office last week, Friday, whatever day that was. But today is the day is the 30th of October. So last week, Friday, that's probably around the whatever date that is, 27th or thereabout. So we would have gone there to sign documents because this matter is going to court. We've been trying for quite a long time dealing with this gentleman in question to seek to come up, to bring about some amicable resolution. But to this date, we have not been able to do so. In actual fact, some things that has been happening on this site that I am very concerned about, and I would also like to bring them to your attention if you have not observed them for yourself. So I'm using this medium to bring you up to scratch. So I'm going to be showing you a few drawings that they would have submitted. I would have taken some photos, and I'm going to try my best to explain to you what is going on relative to these discussions based upon the drawings they submitted and the proposals that they made. This is on top of Hackerton's Cliff. You can clearly see the sign there, notice. Of course, we know it's private property, but it says visitors, although welcome, visit the property at your own risk. We know that. Two signs on top of Hackerton's Cliff. One for the general pedestrian entry. If you go and park your car to the above side, the eastern side, you will see another sign there. Two signs on top of Hackerton's Cliff. We have coming up next, this is an area here in Martins Bay. You're traveling from Martins Bay, you're going towards Glen Burnie. Lovely area there built leading down to the sea, where you can just walk down the steps. One sign, danger, enter at your own risk. Couldn't want it better. But here we come with 10B. And through this area, you have 7 signs. That's the sign there. Private property. Trespass at your own risk. You're walking through this area. 2 signs under the bridge. Looks ugly. You go on the other side of the bridge, and you will see 2 more signs. If you walk, go over the side of the bridge, you can see them over there. 1 on that tree, and then to the left. Those are 2 under the bridge. So 1 facing you and 1 backing you. Those are the 2 under the bridge. Then we have 2 there on the tree. 1 on that tree, 1 on the other tree. If you come back to the other side of the bridge, you have 3 more signs. Here we come on down to what we call the area there of Judy Hole. And on top of the hill there where they plan to build the wellness center. And those are the big boulders that you will have there, certainly on the top. So you'll hear me mention of big boulders to move, and that is where, if you travel from the top, this is where you will be landing. So on top of the hill, they want to go and move big boulders
so that we can have access to this river coming off of that cliff. And they're going to move big boulders so that we will now descend into Judy Hole. And this is our famous teacup and saucer. And then the base there, you're seeing music. And look at all the ravine there, cut up, all the nice tap roots we have there to hold up our hill there for teacup and saucer. Those folks now saying that they propose, but it's more than a proposal. They're going ahead to cut up the trees to say they plan now for us to travel from the top, coming down, and we going to end up down in music. I don't know who could make a plan to do that. And here comes music. That's music. And today is practically, you see, calm, low tide. And that water goes right up to the bank. Right up to that bank, that water goes. Look at my dog. He got to run with. And he's a dog that can run fast. This is the general music area. And as I said, it is low tide now. And those seas will come right up to the bank.
And of course, you know, our lawyer is Gregory Nichols, and you would have heard from him on several occasions on this particular matter. And this matter, these documents are without prejudice, so you know you'll feel free to engage in some knowledge relative to what is going on. So let me deal with item number 2. Item number 1 deals with our client will relocate the construction of the planned wooden garden fence, whatever that is. You know, that's no issue here nor there. Let me go to item number 2. Item number 2 says, as per previous settlement offers, our client will use its best endeavors to remove the 2 large boulders blocking access to Joes River Channel on the northeastern side edge of this seaward portion of its property. This new access point was shown to you and your junior personally when you originally visited. All I'm saying is that the lawyer and his junior would have been down there, and he would have shown them, or they would have shown them, you know, where we would have access. But I'm going to show you on the video where they propose for us to have access to the Joes River Gully. I'm going to show you on video where they propose for us to have access. But now they're coming and saying, after we would have rejected their proposals, that they now believe they must go and move big boulders so we can get to the Joes River Gully. And you know what those boulders are. For those individuals in Cleversville and, you know, Hillswick and Joes River, the case may be. We know about Judy Hole. And you know the big boulders around. Move 2 big boulders so we can have access to the Joes River Gully. Sure. Furthermore, our client is willing at his own cost to construct a new wooden stairway from the Teacup and Saucer to the beach, directly below Teacup and Saucer for public access. And we know from Teacup and Saucer down the hill, you're going straight into music. What calling do you have down in there? How you expect a couple dressed down in her evening wear, Sunday wear, to come on down to Teacup and Saucer, to find themselves accessing it by going to music? I don't know who, for an architect, can come up with such a plan. And they're saying that no direct access to that, to Teacup and Saucer from the beach currently exists. but we don't want it to exist because that is where we never travel to Teacup and Saucer. We don't go come down Powell Spring and walk down the beach and walk over the big rocks and come to music and climb up through the bushes and come up top of the Teacup and Saucer. We have never done that, and we will not be doing it. But I'll show you by video what they're, I wouldn't want to say what they're, because when you see it, you will be shocked. So I'll show you what they started to do. But look at the language. The language is saying, furthermore, our client is willing, not that they will do, but that they are willing. So if you're willing to do something, that doesn't mean that you have the approval to do it. You have an interest in doing it. But where's the approval? Where does the approval come? When we have access to Teacup and Saucer and Joseph Gully from time immemorial, and now it is being said that we never had access to Teacup and Saucer from the beach. We don't want it. Don't make no sense. How could you come and make that as a recommendation for us? You're going to be shocked when you see what these individuals not only propose to do. Wait for the video. You'll see it. Number 4, our client will also agree to permanently relinquish its right to build the wellness pavilion on the site map on the original map too. So whatever, they decide that they're going to build a wellness center. And the whole idea is that, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm pretty good at my maths. Ain't so bad. And when I know about simultaneous equations, dependent variable and independent variable. So I give you a bridge, and you give me George River and Teacup and Saucer. That's the equation. They came not with a view of helping us from Bathsheba to Calawash. No, that wasn't the plan. The plan was for us to be given a bridge to walk across, then to block us out from access to the George River Gully as we know it, and as we have been using it for all these years. Not only to take the George River Gully as we know it, but also to take Teacup and Saucer. That is now theirs. So they give one and take the other. So that was no gift to Barbados. I mean, Beijing got common sense. I don't know if it was a trick, but you tell me. And lots of things of this nature seems to be happening in St. Joseph, more so Barbados. Because I see a lot of things that, technically speaking, one may conclude that you can be confused. You go and you make, as a nice philanthropist, donations towards a project, and now you have the right to shut down Dennis Mooney Hill and put up all the barriers around it, and nobody have access. So you're going to build steps from Soup Bowl. You make financial contributions towards a project, and now you have the right to put barriers all around Dennis Mooney Hill and shut us out. Again, simultaneous equations. I give you a little money on the Benchmark Park. I give you a step coming up from Soup Bowl. So I now have the right to fence off Dennis Money Hill and shut us all Bajans out. I don't know what will be the outcome of that one, but that is the direction that it's heading. And I'm seeing that it looks similar to what transpired with this 10B project. I gave you a bridge, so I now have the right to take the cup and saucer and the Joseph Gully. That's the equation. Another philanthropist. And don't tell me about long-standing Peter. And everybody in the Bathsheba area know about Peter. Another philanthropist. Not from Africa, but from Europe. Well, let me get back. And I want to say at this particular point in time that I must commend and take my hat off to the Salmons in Carawash. David and Lester and Antoinette and the whole Salmon family for the challenges that they would have gone through the years to keep a bit of Africa in Europe. But now the whole of Bathsheba is being subjected to this. Then you walk from Carawash and you walk to Beachmont and you count the properties beachfront. Tell me how many Africans own property beachfront. Tell me. Where will the intergenerational wealth be for your children and my children? I don't know. But let me move on. To point number 4. Point number 5. He said, furthermore, take notice that given the continued entry into its land by trespassers, so we are now classified as trespassers. When you go down to the left of the bridge or to the right of the bridge, you are trespassing. Our client proposes to erect warning signs in the area to inform persons that they are entering private land and that by entering on the said lands that they are doing so at their own risk. That is true. I went there and I saw the signs, and I'm going to show you them on video also. I went there, I saw the signs. There are 7 signs, 7 of them in the area. 2 to the left of the bridge, 2 under the bridge, and 3 to the right of the bridge. This is if you're traveling from Bathsheba to Calawash. 2 to the left, 2 under the bridge, and 3 to the right of the bridge. It looks totally disrespectful to us. Any person going down in there, knowing that this is our national park, who give them the right to erect 7 signs? It looks ugly. It is totally disrespectful to the people of Barbados and more so to the people of Bathsheba. And I will show you areas of interest that we utilize and have been utilizing for years in the Martin Bay area and in the greater St. Joseph area. I will show you the attitude of the owners of land, how they responded to us as compared to unfortunate. But we have to deal with it. not with a view of any arrogancy, but certainly we want to sit at the negotiating table. And if I take you to this drawing, and let me use my little annotation here. This point, that's where the teacup and saucer is. This is the proposed route that where they will cut from teacup and saucer down to music. What calling do they have to say that we have got to leave teacup and saucer and travel downhill on a wooden stairs that they will build and send us down into music? What calling do we have down in there? This constitutes a destruction of teacup and saucer. Nowhere should they be given permission to destroy trees in this area, in this embankment, when these trees, the fibrous roots and the tap roots are used to hold the land together, to hold the soil together. And we've enjoyed this for years without no interruption, a very nice secluded spot where you can just drive down there with your partner and take a nice walk around here and up to teacup and saucer and enjoy the view and relax. They're gone now, as I will show you in the video. The path from teacup and saucer, chop down the trees, down to it. If you don't know about music, that is where a friend and I, we had to save a couple from drowning in 2009. What calling do you have down in there? Next proposal is when we leave teacup and saucer, we must now walk back here and go along this route and end up down in the gully where these two big boulders are. What type of respect these individuals are demonstrating towards us. When an architect can sit down and produce a drawing that puts us right up on top two big boulders looking over on Judy Hole. And any person knowing the history of Judy Hole, it was called Judy Hole because a young lady drowned in there. What calling do we have in that area? And when we sat with our representative, dear Marshall, he totally rejected any proposal that will think to suggest that we have got to find access to the George River Gully via this route. Total madness. He described it, but yet these individuals are proposing it. That we will find our way to the George River Gully via this route. So we will come down here. This is where we are, on top of the hill, opposite the bridge. We walk down the same route to the right. We come down the bottom. This is our usual path. We come across. Then we go up to teacup and saucer. Here we are on top of teacup and saucer. This is what we normally do. Sit down there, relax with your partner, enjoy, take some photos, enjoy the view, and just chill. We've been doing that from time immemorial. Then they expect us now to leave here to walk down there into music. Madness. And you have no right with your partner, with your family, or otherwise taking this route. It is dangerous. Do not go. If you're leaving teacup and saucer and you're going back this route, and you can recall our previous video, we took no interest in going there to Judy Hole over these big boulders. But this is where now these individuals are sending us by this route here. And now they say, well, hey, We will now go and move these big boulders. And when I show you the boulders, I know your head will grow. But no, we didn't propose that. We proposed our usual route, that we will leave the cup and saucer. We travel down here, back here. We go across this point. We go under the bridge, and we take our usual point right in this general area here. But they're saying, no, this can't work any longer. Imagine, I can leave my home country and come to another country and dictate how its citizens are supposed to operate. No interest in our safety, period. Now tell me, what colony we have on top of this big hill looking over two big borders into Judy Gully? Madness. That is suicide. What colony do you have with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your family, heading down this hill into music? Madness. Don't do that. Makes no sense. If you are a little adventurous, yes. For the hikers, we will come around here, or we will just joggle through. We'll jump across the rocks. That's what we do in hiking. But not when you leave home with your family to come out and relax. You have no right in that area. You take the normal, lovely route that we've been using all over the years. Come to Teacup and Saucer. Be a little picnic basket and all the above, and relax. Then we're going to leave here. We're going under the bridge, and we're coming over to the George River Gully, as we normally did, in a safe manner, so that your child don't drown, your family members don't get hurt, because that is the path we have established all over the years. Why? Because it is safe. But now they're coming making recommendations to us that are not safe. So when you've got to do your cookouts, when you've got to do your hiking, regardless, this is the safe entry down this track, under the bridge, and you exit right here between the mul trees. And you can go on and do all your hiking. You can do all your cookout. But say that you're going to take this route and travel down here on top of those rocks. Madness. Do not go there. And I am, to some extent, happy about how our representative responded. He's given us some good support. And I'm hoping that this support will continue. He's saying that the matter that is the upsurge now in trespassers, that lots of people feel so happy about the cup and saucer and George River, that everybody coming down now to view it. We've been always going down there because it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's tranquil. People who do geography, people who do art, the hikers, the family groups, all go down there to sit back and relax, enjoy your fishing, just time out. He's saying, our representative, that the increase in pedestrian traffic in that area now, an argument toward that is sheer nonsense. He has my support. Fully, of course. How can you make an offer to the National Conservation Commission that you will build a wooden bridge from Teacup and Saucer to the beach. That is a proposal. Who give you permission to do it? Who give you permission in this our country, Barbados, that you will come and dictate what you will do and what you will not do? I mean, it still bothers me. And all I know, I still scratching my head. Who would have said if the folks in the area knock down the wall, build it back up? The average man ain't make that statement. Some person with a lot of power made that statement. Some person with a lot of power echoed those words. The people in Hillswick, Cleaversville, Bathsheba, St. Elizabeth, George River, Hillswick, Barbados, we are dignified people. We have to go and knock on the wall. We don't have to do that. We have other tools at our disposal that we will use to ensure that this path that we appear to be going is corrected. Who would have given the individual permission? Because they say that they propose to build a step. Not that they will build a step, they propose to do it. So from a proposal, then you have implementation. Who gave them permission to implement? I ask for the injunction that was made by the Court of Barbados to see the specifics of that injunction. Up until now, I haven't gotten it as yet, but I would like to see the specifics of the injunction. Nevertheless, the NCC constitutes a department that is the servant of Barbados. Who gave them the right to determine that we will find our way to and from Teacup and Saucer via music? Who gave that permission? I don't know who gave permission in the first case for this activity to be going on in St. Joseph. My personal belief is that that was not a mistake. That was a willful intent. By who? I don't know. Tell me. Was that a mistake? Think that we're going to deprive Bajans of free and safe access to the George River Gully from the George River Bridge, and for free and safe access to Teacup and Saucer in the same location? Was that a mistake? Again, I scratch my head. But I'll show you the videos and you can draw your conclusions. But I want to see it. Our Prime Minister, Mia Amor Morley, I want to say to our constituency representative, Mr. Dale Marshall, that the baton is now being prepared for either of you to run the third leg or the fourth leg. Christopher and I, we ran the first and the second leg. Who will run the third or the fourth? It is in your hands. I do support the stance that our constituency representative has been showing. And I look forward for his greater support when we will have an entourage of people from this area of St. Joseph to the courts of Barbados. I'm looking forward for your support continually in this one, because lots of individuals are of the view that they will be victimized. And I recall that it was echoed that Christopher and I, we are bold. I don't know how many more bold ones there are. But individuals are afraid of victimization. So clear that path for us, Mr. Marshall, so we can have 2 or 3 or 4 transport board buses taking us all down to the courts of Barbados to resolve. Leg number 4 would not be difficult then for our Prime Minister, or the other way around. Leg number 3 can be run by our Prime Minister, who will compulsorily acquire that portion of land so that all of this insult to Bajans will stop. So that the 4th leg for Mr. Marshall is quite easy, because insults will go thus far and no further. I thank you.
I grew up bathing in seawater, but nowadays that is me horror. If I only venture down by the shore, police telling me I can't be no more. 'Cause Jack don't want me to bathe on my beach. Jack, tell them to kick me out of reach. Jack, tell them I will never make it great. Strength and security, build barricade. That can't happen here in this country. I want Jack to know that the beach belong to me. That can't happen here over my dead body. Tell Jack that I say that the beach belong to me. Look, the beach is mine. I can bathe anytime. Despite what he say, I can bathe anyway. The beach is mine. I can bathe anytime. Despite what he say, I can bathe anyway. time.